Hey everybody! I'm here today to talk to you about the Tell Me About Yourself interview question. I'll be specifically going over how to answer it. I'm going to be telling you how to structure your answer in 3 simple ways, okay? Now, inevitably, in every interview, you will have to tell the interviewer about yourself in some way, shape, or form. Whether they ask you the question directly or whether you just incorporate it into your regular answers, you're going to have to mention yourself. So it's important for you to know this stuff, but you will most likely be asked to tell them about yourself or something related to it, something of that nature. So first and foremost, you want to keep it related to the job. They're not talking about, hey, what do you like to do on the weekends? Did you go for that long walk on the beach? They're not talking about that. They're talking about, in a professional manner, tell me about yourself. So before we even begin, you need to understand they're not interested in you as a person necessarily. That sounds bad, but it's the truth. They're interested in how you will perform and how you will get in there and behave at that job, how you will blend in, okay? So basically the first thing that I want to tell you about structuring your answer is going to be that you want to have it in 3 zones. And I wish I could take credit for this, but I saw it in many different articles online over the years of coaching people through their interviews. You want to structure it in your present, past, and future. So presently, what is your role in your current job or your role in a professional manner? Then incorporate your past. How did you get to that spot? What led you to that? And then incorporate your future. What is your future ambition? And be honest, if you don't plan on working there for 50 years, or 30 years I should say, then tell them, okay? Not directly, but make it clear that, you want to continue progressing professionally further, whether it's within the company or within a different company. Be honest, nobody wants to hire you thinking you're going to be there for 30 years and then 6 months later you're gone to a different role. So just be honest, okay? Present, past, future, that's the first part of the structure, okay? In a professional manner, what does your present look like? How did you get there? And where do you plan on going? Okay. The second thing is to keep the extremes out of the equation. So you want to avoid talking about that one time that this happened in a positive way or that one time that this happened in a negative way. Because to be honest with you, that's not what your day-to-day is going to look like, and your employer doesn't really care about that one-time situation. They care about, on a regular basis, what are you doing? They don't want to know that one time you worked 16 extra hours. They don't want to know. On a regular basis, what time do you plan on leaving the office? Regularly. Not that once in a blue moon. Yes, if push comes to shove, you will stay the extra hours if need be. You can mention that. But avoid focusing on those one-off situations, positive or negative, those outliers. You want to focus on mainly what your professional day and your professional structure looks like. Leave out the outliers, talk about the day-to-day, because no one wants to know about that once-in-a-blue-moon situation, okay? That's like one of those has-been stories where that person tells you about that one time this happened. They don't want to know that. They want to know how you're going to perform Monday to Friday on a regular basis at the job. So keep it within the regular. Avoid talking too much about the outliers. You can make it clear that you'll do what it takes, of course, so stay the extra hours. But don't worry so much about those things. Worry about what your regular day will look like. The third thing, and I've mentioned this briefly already, but I want to expand on it, is to keep it professional, okay? You want to avoid talking about like, hey, oh, that's your last name? Are you related to so-and-so? Because I went to high school with them. That's great for talking to them about once you're hired. Don't focus your interview on unprofessional things. Leave out what you ate for breakfast. Leave out the traffic that you encounter. Maybe briefly mention, oh, there's tons of traffic out there. But that's it. Avoid talking about things that are not related to the job. Your interviewer, you want to respect their time. They're there to do a job, to interview you, to see if you're qualified and capable of working in this environment, professionally and well. And in order for them to do that, you need to get to the point. So obviously you can have small talk, but keep it professional and related to the job. So you want to structure your tell me about yourself answer with those 3 things in mind. And I recommend that you Plan on answering that question. So you go into that interview with a well-prepared answer that you can sort of go off the cuff a little bit. So make sure it's prepared, but make sure you know how to work it to the situation. Because they're either going to ask you to tell them about yourself directly, or indirectly in another question, they're going to ask you to mention some things about yourself. So it's a very typical interview question. It happens almost all the time, but make sure that you are prepared to answer it using those 3 things that I mentioned in the video. And that's basically it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.